see you. I miss you so much. So glad it's over. I miss you so much. Came out to watch you play. Why you running away? Came out to watch you play. Why you running away? Oh, your light 11, see me through each gentle step by step, by inch, my bloated memory to 1 and 1 are 1, 11. So look, child, blow, headed back. Welcome to another episode of the apocalypse. Since you have chosen the apocalypse, willingly, ignorantly, unwisely, you are in need of a guide. I am your guide, Nicholas, also known as Death in the Nether Realms, also known as the Links of Nine by my friends. You know, the first death, he's one of my best friends. For I am the second death. I'm special. Anyway, the goat, does it represent the greatest of all time? Or something much more nefarious? As in a tribute to Satan? Could it simply be what it appears to be? To all of us non-sociopaths. Of course it is. It's a tribute to the beast's father, Satan. Come and see. Come and see. Yes, come and see. Let's start off with this. U.S. aid administrator's salary is publicly available. $225,000 per year over 4 years. That's $900,000, not $23 million. Federal officials are subject to strict financial disclosures. If you have proof of this wild claim, post it. Otherwise, it's just more trust me bro nonsense. And they're saying that because here's Leon lying his motherfucking beluga whale ass off. He puts a smiley face over this comment. How does the head of USAID make $23 million in 4 years? And that's by an account called AKA with a blue check mark. So that seems legit, right? Because anybody named AKA would definitely want a blue check mark. So you know that that's the real AKA. As if anybody knows what the fuck that is. No, it's just another setup account for Elon to respond to. We saw this with the mobsters, the gypsies. Remember those people? They would do the same thing on their social media. One of their fake accounts or one of them under another account would ask them a question or make a statement, and then one of the family members would co-sign it. Again, just typical cliche social media publicist tactics. Leon loves using them every fucking day. So the head of USAID does not make 23 million in 4 years. That's an abject fabrication by the fake account AKA and Leon scum. You know, the setup scenario that Leon does, I don't know, about 97 times a day, and then he responds to the setup. You know, him and Adrian, the same guy. I don't care if Adrian's picture was in an article and he's from Germany, but he lives in Hawaii or wherever the fuck. No, it's Leon, son. Just like that brown shirt guy. You notice how that just blew over? No lawsuits, no cease and desists. Yet they still saying that brown shirt gentleman that was blocking congressmen from going into the Department of Education, they're still trying to say that's not the guy. It is the guy. I knew it the morning I woke up and saw the community note, and I saw the 70,000 trolls that came to the woman's account. That verified it for me forever. So it was the guy. That was a literal brown shirt from South Africa standing at that door. And they are livid that we found out about it. So praise Jesus again, folks. You want to make lists? You want to dismantle our country? You think that's going to go smoothly for you, son? It isn't. In this life or in the next, son, it's all bad all day. Get ready. It ain't just going to be your side causing trouble, son. It ain't just going to be your side making motherfucking lists, son. And you're all going to find that out the motherfucking hard way. You are finding it out right now. I can see y'all trembling. Especially them little boys. The lake awaits every single one of you. And I'll be standing right there, son. Me specifically. Here's Leon again. Just learning that the Social Security database is not deduplicated, meaning you can have the same Social Security number many times over, which further enables massive fraud. Your tax dollars are being stolen by Leon and Donnie and the Hitler Youth and others. So Leon's right about that. He's just right. He's just wrong about who they're being stolen by. Again, an abject fraud and criminal, I guarantee, if we looked into his operations, saw the text messages, all the secret communications, all the bullshit. And he dares talk about, tax money being stolen. No, it's being stolen by him. Every time he sends a rocket up in the air and it blows the fuck up, that's stolen tax money. Every time someone gets a tax incentive on their shitty Tesla, just don't get in an accident in it, because you got about, 40 seconds to get to your emergency door release before the 1,000,000-degree fire burns you alive in your car. It's happened numerous times already. Whole families. That's what you get when you make a deal with the devil, son. And buying one of those cars is exactly that. That's why motherfuckers are burning alive in them. Because they trust the fucking false prophet. And they didn't do 3 minutes of research. They had a point to make. And I ain't talking about you people that bought Teslas years ago, before we knew Leon was a fucking Satanist. I don't blame you people. I'm talking about the ones that want to make a point as they burn to death, or cut their finger on their Cybertruck the day they buy it and almost die. Cut their wrist. And they have a life-threatening injury on their wrist. I read the documents. I've showed it all to you, the whole story. This is how far a cultist will go to make their damn point. It's a perfect illustration of everything I've been saying for 8 years about you cultists. The guy went to go pick up his Cybertruck. He runs his finger along the back of it. He saw some kind of imperfection in the metal, because there is no fucking paint, suckers. And do you see what your truck looks like after they pull the wrap off of it? If you get a wrap, oh my God, it's a monstrosity full of rust and just discoloration and moisture getting caught under there. What a joke wrapping a car is. A stainless steel car, for fuck's sake. So the gentleman runs his finger along the back of the Cybertruck because he's about to drive that thing home. He's probably just paid $170,000 for it, if not more. Idiot. And I don't know, some imperfection in the metal slices his wrist open right under where his thumb is. I don't know, like a razor blade. Guys spurting blood all over the place. The salesmen are laughing at him, saying the truck's dangerous. Then they realize, oh shit, there's a puddle of blood on the floor. Medic! They're running to help the man. By the time they get back, puddle of blood on the ground. Dumbass still buys the truck because he's got to have that moment. He's got to make a point. He drives the truck home. He takes the bandage off his wrist. And the thing starts spurting blood all over the kitchen. As if he was on a non-battlefield. So he had to go to the hospital. Moron couldn't go to the hospital before driving the truck home because he wouldn't have had a special moment. As he had a life-threatening injury literally on his wrist. This is how far you cultists go. Into the abyss for this. And that's the only place it's going to end up. That gentleman could have died for a Cybertruck. A piece of shit, stainless steel, fake truck, built as cheap as a Toyota. That rusts a second a piece of wood. I see them driving around. They're all stained up. They look like abject shit. And the ones that are wrapped, wait till they take that wrap off and see what's underneath. Oof. And you get the privilege of paying $170,000 for that. That's the cult mentality right there. It's a perfect illustration for it. Plus the truck's fucking hideous. And everyone's laughing at you as you are driving it down the street. Everyone. And they're being sold by a Nazi, a literal Nazi. So here's Leon lying again, and the gentleman that posted this, I read you this comment yesterday, but a person commented on it. As a software engineer, I can assure you this is absolute bullshit, what Leon just said about Social Security database. A literal software engineer is saying Leon's lying again. Shocker. He tells about, I don't know, 90 lies a day, just like Donnie. They're the same individual. That's why they're Beast 1 and Beast 2. And I noticed this a long time ago, the similarities between Elon's character and existence and Donnie's, both born filthy rich, handed everything, never worked a hard day in their life, both compulsive liars, and I don't need a degree in psychiatry to know that. I already have a degree. It's called pattern recognition and observation of the human species. Much more, much better than anything based on the sociopath, psychopath Freud. Much better. I can almost predict what automatons are going to do before they do it. And I look at every human being, when's the knife coming? And I'm never disappointed, son, ever. Except for about 3 I've met over the course of my life. Christy Nome, hey, what puppy killer would not want a photo op down at the new concentration camp? The Rubes really love that cruelty and evil because they are born of Satan. Every single one that's still putting a name on this. Unless you turn away and prove me wrong, son. I have a feeling none of you will. Because again, everybody think they wise till that fire hits their ass. And that ain't just a saying. That's what's going to happen to you. Because of shit like this, supporting shit like this anorexic cunt who needs to eat about 5 cheesesteaks instead of doing photo ops and starving her damn self. Photo op down at the concentration camp, the puppy killer, the one who bragged about killing the puppy in her book. And then the big finale of the book, remember, was her and Donnie going to the White House and shooting Biden's dog. What was it? Hunter meat, whatever dog she killed. That's how she put it. That was the big finale of the book. You fucking scumbags. Endorse. There's no justification. Don't even try it. Don't try and justify it to your children. Don't try and justify it to me. Anyone that supports this fucking creature right here. Destined for the lake. Guaranteed. And again, that's a down south Louisiana bayou Creole crawdads and fucking beer. That's what kind of guarantee I'm talking about with Miss Gnome, who brags about killing a puppy, who thinks she looks good looking like that. Plastic face and fucking starvation. That's all I see. And you know what else I see, son? This is something I said a long time about a lot of you people over the years. The reason you look like you look is because that's that evil on the inside coming out, eating you away from the inside, or making the outside of you grow and turn ugly. And not everyone that gets old turns ugly. Do you notice that? Do you know why so many of you do? Because you're evil. And that evil inside will eventually always manifest on the outside. Every fucking day and twice on Sunday. That's why you look the way you look. It's that evil inside. Lest you have a serious medical condition. Other than that, there's a reason you look that way. There's a reason this woman looks this way. 97 surgeries on her face and starvation skeleton. That's that evil, baby. Eating away at her from the inside. Oh, why did she boast about killing the puppy and end her book with shooting Commander Biden's dog? To catch Donnie's eye. You know, the Antichrist that you support. And I don't care if you believe it. You don't have to believe it. You're still doing it, son. And you're going to see that every day as this gets worse and worse and worse. And as you double down, because you know better than all of us, right? You know better than the crazy guy with the sunglasses, right? No, you don't. And there's one place this ends up for you. I guarantee it. And it doesn't matter if you believe it, son. Not one bit. You don't have to. You'll believe it when the fire hits your ass. That's when you'll believe. Trust me. One more time, let's take a look at beautiful Christy Gnome at the concentration camp. And the Rubes just love this shit. They probably think she's the hottest thing, right? That fucking skeleton. I noticed the MAGA types, they like some really strange looking women. If you want to see a real woman, AOC when she was in college. That's a woman, son. That's a woman with body who looks good and healthy. Oh my God. You could take all the MAGA cunts in this world, every plastic ass one of them, put them in a room. I take AOC over every one of them. Because that's a woman. That's what a woman should look like. Not like a mannequin who's anorexic. And I noticed down at Mar-a-Lago, you got all kind of hags, 78 years old, just so surgeried up you can't even recognize their face, breast implants out to here. Bitch, you 70-something, what you doing? It's over. There's a point where you got to admit it's over, right? For all of us. Anyway, this, again, we see golden statues made of the Antichrist over and over throughout the years, and you Christians love it. That's Christians in quotes. Rubes. You love it. You think it's a big joke. Well, guess who doesn't think it's a joke? God. And your ass ain't gonna be laughing when he says, why are you worshiping a golden calf? Why are you making idols? Why are you replacing my name with the name Trump? Is you crazy, son? You really want to mess with this kind of power? You want to play this kind of game? Okay. Again, here we go. Down at Mar-a-Lago, a huge goat statue with $100 bills with Donnie's face that say, in Trump we trust. An abject abomination. Even an insult to God. The goat's an insult to God because we know what that represents. Satan, Baphomet, however you want to pronounce it. Remember, I'm from the nether realm. We pronounce things differently. We know the names. Again, a fucking... That's not funny. That's not cute. And no, I ain't buying, oh, well, he's the greatest of all time. No, he's not great at anything, actually. You're just all born of Satan. That's why you're running with this. That's simple. People don't make those kind of things for Biden. You notice that? Or Kamala. Or Bill Clinton. Or Hillary Clinton. People don't make that type of shit. They don't make golden statues of Hillary Clinton. There's a reason all that played out before your eyes, Rubes. It was for you. Again, so when you're standing there at the end and you're asked all these questions, why were you worshiping a golden statue? An idol? Why are you down with goats where my name is replaced with Trump? I showed you all these things. I also showed you in Scripture. You went to church every Sunday for your entire life. You heard the stories over and over again. The golden calf. What the goat represents. You ignored it all. Why did you ignore it all? Let the excuses fly. Let the lies fly. You know why you ignored it all? Because you're of Satan. That's simple. That's simple. You is of Satan. 4 words. That's all you need to say. Just be honest. Be a man about it for once in your pathetic existence. Just say, well, Lord, I'm of Satan. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Simple. Because he's going to know that anyway. That's what he's showing you. Do you want to be of me, God? Or do you want to be of Satan? That's why the golden statues are getting made and put right in your face. And then they laugh about it. They know what they're doing to you people. They're pushing you further into the abyss. And they're putting these things that were already in Scripture that you've known about for 100 years. And they want to see what you do. And God wants to see what you choose. Do you just run with the antithesis of anything that's good, which is Donald Trump, Leon Scum, etc., Kristi Noem, people that make this goat, people that make the golden statues and think it's funny? Again, when we're all at the lake, son, you're not going to think it's so funny. You'll understand that it wasn't a team sport. And it was good versus evil, not Republican versus Democrat. If only so many of you children understood that. We may still have a country. This may not be the apocalypse, but I guarantee you it is. None of this is normal. They don't make shit like this for other presidents. Do you notice that? There's a reason abject tributes to Satan are being made that are exactly like what happened in Scripture thousands of years ago. There's a reason for that. God is testing you. He wants to see. You read the story. You've heard the lesson 100 times when they worship the golden calf. Yet you did it anyway. I wouldn't want to be you. Yeah, this is down in Mar-a-Lago. Bizarre golden hoofed goat idol is on display, wrapped in Trump $100 bills that say, "In Trump we trust." The idol's base says, "I love you," along with Trump's signature. And then Jim Stewart is commenting on the post, coincidentally, and he's got, a little Baphomet information there. Because Baphomet is so cool, right? Not an abomination at all. Nah. Here we go. We've got the plastic woman, whoever that is. Is that Haber or somebody? I don't even know who the fuck that. These plastic face bitches, I don't even recognize them anymore. Maybe that's Haber. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck that is. Just another plastic bitch down at Mar-a-Lago who was born nothing like the way she looks now. In front of the goat, why not? Again, she's smiling here. She's loving the fake breast. She's loving all the work on her face. She thinks she looks great. When she's standing at the lake, I wonder if she'll be smiling. I wonder if the breast implants come with the people to the lake and the plastic face. I really wonder. Again, another shot of the goat. The truth about that goat, it's a tribute to Satan. Donnie's the Antichrist. He's the beast. His father is the dragon, called Satan, and this is a tribute to him. Whenever Donnie says golden age, or there's a light over America, or there's a light over Israel, that's him, tribute to Satan, to his father. You got to know the code. I do. A federal judge has determined that Trump administration is violating his order lifting the blanket spending freeze on federal grant programs. He's ordering the administration to immediately unfreeze funds, including for NIH and the IRA. Now, again, the only reason I'm reading you these judgments is because I want to show you how many judgments there are and what's going to happen in response to the judgments. There's already talk of getting rid of judges. There's already talk of disregarding judgments. There's already talk of this is a judicial coup and stuff like that. You know where that talk's going, and it's not a good place. My point is, they are going to get tired really soon of all these court verdicts fucking up their groove. They've got a short time, and that's obvious by the 97 things a day I end up sending to my email so I can present it to you. And I could present you another 97 more per day, but I'm not. That tells me one thing. They don't have a lot of time, and they're scared. And they want to get this done quick. Look what's happened in 3 weeks, under a month. Look at what has taken place. Look at how dismantled our country is. Look at the Hitler Youth in charge now. Fucking dangerous. But have your fun now, children, for when you are standing in front of me at the lake, you will not be laughing. I promise you. Gutting Social Security and Medicare is the only way Doge can hit its target number. And the only way the GOP can pay for another round of high income tax cuts. Nothing else adds up. The reason this person is saying that, Rep. Riley Moore says Republicans are looking to pay for more tax cuts with cuts to mandatory spending. That is, Social Security and Medicare. Yes, I really hope you people out there that Social Security is not your only income, and I hope you're not on Medicare because the beast doesn't care. They loot in the place. They want more tax cuts for rich people. You are not important to them. You never were. If you voted for this, I have no sympathy for you when you lose your Social Security or your Medicare. If you did not vote for this, I do have sympathy for you when you lose your Social Security and Medicare. Of course, when you do lose those things, you'll go out and lie to people and say you're not MAGA and you didn't support it, unless you outwardly showed people you were MAGA, and you can't hide it. Every one of you that is MAGA will lie about it when your life gets ruined by it. Everyone. Unless you can't lie about it, you outwardly showed your neighbors, friends, coworkers that you were MAGA. The 19-year-old nicknamed Big Balls, who Elon Musk gave access to the Social Security payment system, has now also been given a job as a senior advisor at the United States State Department. A 19-year-old straight out of high school senior advisor, U.S. State Department. If that's not the biggest joke ever that mankind has ever seen, if one rube dares defend this, would you want your 19-year-old son as a senior advisor for the State Department? Of course you bloody wouldn't. What a fucking joke this is. When I saw this, I was like, my God, I say it about 8 times a day. What have the rubes done? Again, you want to see a picture of this cunt? That's what he looks like. A 97-pound runt who no woman would ever want to date. That's why he is what he is. He's also what he is because of his parents. Every one of these kids' parents made this shit, made these fucking jackals, set the example. So I have no more respect for them than I have for this piece of shit. What a fucking joke. I don't care. Let a troll try and explain this as a good thing. Not that I'll respond to you, because people, I know it hurts, especially the trolls and bots and the PR firm people and everybody else who hates my guts and needs this message silenced. I don't even look at what you write. You see, son, I'm a veteran of this game. And we way too late in the game for me to stop and worry about what cunt trolls from Russia, Saudi, Chinese, whatever the fuck shithole country you live in. Third world shithole. I don't even look at what you write, son. But go ahead, have fun. Enjoy it. Guess what? I'm going to enjoy. When me and you are standing at the lake, and every troll, every liar, every demon that came to my page or came across my path, I'm going to recognize you. And you're going to recognize me. That's going to be a great moment. You're going to really enjoy it. And I'm going to know who you are. Oh, you're the guy that came to my page and said, the body's ash, and all you people can do is play Scooby-Doo. Oh, you're that guy or that girl. Nice to meet you. Shame we had to meet here. Because guess where you going? For a swim. That's going to happen. Laugh. I know about 10 months ago, all the companies, different people, the mob, they were all laughing at what I was saying on camera. What you don't realize, people, when I said something else speaks through me, or maybe something else speaks through me, and when I said maybe certain people are going to be given authority in the future, over things. That's happening right now. You don't feel it? I do. You had your fun in this world. Wait till you see what the adjudicators do in the next. Your money won't save you, your bodyguards, your smear campaigns, your fellow criminals on these websites that allow you to operate after you murdered someone, after people were sent to kill me. None of it will help you. Your false gods, your daddy, Satan. Guess where he going? Right in the lake, son. Even though he's the second most powerful being in the universe, right in the lake. And he can scream and cry and beg, and it won't make one fucking bit of difference. You just going in, son. I hope all that carnage and murder and fucking with the genetic line, I hope it was worth it. I hope your 3 seconds of worship was worth it. You going right in the lake, son, and I'm gonna be standing there, laughing. I promise you. Have we noticed yet that this moronic madman Trump just blew up the Hamas-Israel hostage deal because his latest delusion is he is the owner of Gaza? That is Keith Olbermann saying that, and that's a brilliant observation, but we didn't get to that yet, so I'll save the surprise. Federal judge for the second time told the Trump administration it can't cut off grant and loan payments after several Democratic-led states complained that the administration wasn't obeying previous court orders. Yes, once Donnie and Leon were told you can't freeze funds, we're gonna put a pause on your pause. Well, of course, in Democratic areas, their money's still frozen. In other areas, it's not. And again, that's why you don't let a team of douchebag Hitler youth that could never get a date and Leon scum have access to the fucking treasury and have access to all our classified secrets and have access to payment systems to where they can control who gets money and who doesn't. Guess what? We goes control later. Who goes in the lake and who doesn't, Leon? And you will have no say for the first time in your pathetic, bloated, obese, pasty life. No say. None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. This ain't apartheid South Africa, son. When we standing at the lake. This ain't with your bank account, 400 billion. This ain't with bodyguards. This ain't with Hitler Youth. This ain't with Baphomet. Just the lake and you. That's it. There will be no discussion, son. Just you going for a swim. That's all. And it's over. Blip. Gone. You don't even exist anymore. And here's the fun part, people. I don't know if you know this about me. I don't give a fuck about existence. I don't even care about that. So if I go in too, I don't even care about that. Because existence doesn't matter to me. I would have been fine never existing at all. So I'm not afraid of that. I know you are, though. I could give a fuck if I exist past this point tomorrow. At all. This realm, the next one, I don't care. Why? So I can be around people like you? I can be up in heaven with all the people that rip people off for rent for fucking 100 years. Nah, I'm good. So whatever happens, happens, son. I ain't worried about me. I am worried about you, though, and all the other people out there. They do care about existing. I don't. So I ain't afraid of that either. If the highest of the high wants to throw my ass in there either, oh well. I didn't want to exist in the first fucking place. As long as you go in, though, that'll make me real happy. And I already know you're going in. It's already written. Isn't that great? I think it is. Okay, yes, the judge thing. Yes, they're targeting the the freeze on funds because that's what we do in a normal society. When a Republican gets hurt, we help them. When a Democrat gets hurt, we say, fuck you, die. That's normal, right, Rubes? That's your existence. Good thing it's not the rest of our existences. Good thing we're not like you. And every time a Democratic president was in office, he said, fuck the red states, I ain't helping them. Never happened once. It has happened several times, though, with Republican presidents, I noticed. So yes, we have targeted withholding of funds now, which was the real point anyway, wasn't it? Justin, acting director of U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, instructs all staff not to perform any work tasks. And Rubes, hey, getting rid of that bureau. That's really good for us, right? No, it isn't. Because Rubes like you get scammed by credit card companies and other people. That's what these people are for. Maybe you can get some help. Now there's nobody. You just got to hope Donnie comes and saves you. Musk now has access to reams of confidential information about X's competitors in the digital payments sector, according to an official at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Yeah, that's a good point. Google, all you high-level executives and owners and board members, and every company in America. Leon has your information now. Guess you shouldn't have let him get where he is, huh, oligarchs? Huh, greedy fucks at the top? I warned ya. Daddy warned ya. Although you censored the fuck out of it. Guess what? That ain't Daddy's problem, and it ain't mine either. That demons want to hit that button. That just means your ass is more at risk of roasting. That's all that means, son. He doesn't care if you hit the button. He tried. I tried. That's all that matters. And that's for you, not for me. Again, you're the one that has the opportunity to turn. I've never been a part of any of this bullshit. So again, he has all the information about all his competitors that he was looking for. Tim Apple, he's got your information. Mr. Gates, he's got yours. Mr. Sundar, he's got yours. And the Hitler Youth have yours as well. That should go well for you guys, right? I'm sure it will. So yes, Leon has all the information up until the richest, man in this country. All of you. Again, only if only you greedy fucks at the top and the oligarchy would have banded together and said, you know what? We got it really good on this planet. And we really don't need more. Well, we can get more. But we don't need Donnie to get more. There's other sellout, children of Satan that can help us get more. That aren't the Antichrist. And that aren't the false prophet. So you know what? Let's just band together and use all our money, influence, and power to ruin these motherfuckers. The same way you ruined me. Except that would have been a worthy cause, making sure they don't see power. That would have helped you It would have helped me and everyone else from what we about to go through. We wouldn't have to go through it. But you didn't make that decision. As usual, you went to the side of greed. And you voted against your own interests, just like the Lois Rube in the trailer park. All of you did that. And you all voted to give your country away. Not that any of you corporate types ever cared about our country anyway. But you know what I'm saying. Doge members Luke Farritor and Gavin Kleiger are no longer read-only users at the CFPB. They are now listed as domain administrators in the Bureau's system, meaning they can provide or revoke access as they see fit. Those names are, again, Luke Farritor and Gavin Kleiger. She spelled it wrong. Oh my God, the horror. Again, under 25 psychopaths, some of them Satanists, some of them joining pedo groups, fired for leaking information, utter fucking deplorables, are now administrators over agencies of our government. Do you fucking hear me? What have you fucking rubes done? Oh my God. I foresaw a lot of things based on what I've read and just intuition. And I just have that thing sometimes. I did not foresee a Hitler youth group of people all under 25, a few of them right the fuck out of high school, all of them college dropouts except for like one or two, running agencies, barring access, brown shirts, barring access people from going into buildings, 19-year-olds as head of departments, senior advisors, access to the Treasury, access to our nuclear secrets, access to classified secrets. Are you fucking kidding me? And every man, woman, and child is not standing in front of the White House right now? But that's America until it comes to your doorstep. No one gives a fuck. They got the iPad. They got the iPhone. They texting this jerk off, that jerk off, as their country's stolen right before their eyes by a bunch of fucking 19 to 24-year-olds. And a fat South African oligarch who throws up Nazi salutes. That's another thing I didn't foresee. Literal Nazi salutes in 2025. And anyone, I mean, why isn't the whole world rejecting that and him? Why isn't he an utter pariah right now? Why hasn't he been ostracized from society? Because it's the apocalypse. That's why. And it says in the story that all of you rubes are going to go along. And look at you, all the Christians going along. But we'll get to that. So one more time, we've got Farritor and Kleiger listed as domain administrators, meaning they can provide or revoke access as they see fit. Oh my God, the fucking horror. I know you rubes don't even understand the devastating impact that has. You will, don't worry. Because it's coming to all your doorsteps. I promise you. The CFPB uses a process called supervision to comb through the internal information and processes of financial institutions, the official explained, producing records the Bureau describes as confidential supervisory information, or CSI. If I were a potential competitor to Elon's planned payments app, I would be concerned. Doge looking at my CSI, the official said. Some of the information he now has access to, violations of law that aren't public, information about the systems and processes they use, the investigative tactics that the Bureau used to uncover the information about violations of law, how many customers they have. Musk now has tremendous access to confidential information about his competitors. Yes, I warned you about that 10 months ago, right before the election as well. That he's going to get all this stuff on you, the oligarchy, not the rubes, on you. All your dirty little secrets that the government knows that may be investigating you for. He's going to know that now. He's going to know how your business works. He's got access to everything. Again, you people could have handled this problem for us. You got the money and power. You got no problem handling other people. For some reason, you couldn't handle him and you couldn't handle Donnie. I don't get it. Don't worry, it's coming to your doorstep too. It already has, a lot of you. The U.S. is not ready for bird flu in humans. Yes, I'm seeing several updates about different flus and things going on. And since Donnie told the agencies they can't tell us about them, I got to tell you about it, I guess. So we're going to read a little bit of things tonight quickly. Right after Donnie Shitbags took office amid the flurry of executive orders and agency upheavals, the administration told the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention not to release any reports or communications until one of Trump's people could take a look at them. The horror again. That's you, your family, not getting alerts on flus, diseases, food problems, etc. Because Donnie and Leon know some plagues is coming, and they already hear a few of them. They're getting worse and worse. And they don't want you seeing that every day because they know who they are and they know who you are. The rube. And they know if you don't see it, you won't care. And they know if they say it, you'll believe it. And run with it no matter what it is because it has an R next to it. That's the way you people operate, most of you. And it costs you your country, it's going to cost you a lot more. I mean a lot more. Everything indeed. Among the many reports not released that week was a study on how many veterinarians had gotten bird flu. Veterinarians. Sure, the risk of human epidemic is still considered low. Sound familiar? Widespread human-to-human disease hasn't been proven, but viruses are masters of adaptation. A strain of bird flu that has made people really sick has now been found in cows. We are one fateful mutation away from yet another infectious disease that runs riot among people and our country. The H5N1 bird flu virus has been on the warpath since 2022, infecting chickens, cows, wild birds, pigs, ducks, cats, several other animals. The virus is versatile, the virus is mutating, and it is surely infecting more people than we think. All right, we get the gist here. In other words, there needs to be alerts about these things. Him stopping the alerts is bloody horrifying again. That should scare every one of you out there, be ye rube or not. Judge rules the White House failed to comply with court order. So again, here's another ruling. And again, they're going to get tired of these and they're going to have to go full fascist. And I'll make a more of a case for that as we go of why they need to do it. Ron Filipowski says from Project 2025 to FTC. And this is a person named Jake Denton. I have no fucking clue who they are, but they look like a total douchebag. After 2 great years at Heritage, and we all know what Heritage is, I'm excited to announce that today I'll be joining A. Ferguson's FTC's team at the FTC as Chief Technology Officer. It's an honor to be part of this team. Time to get to work. So obviously Jake was a big part of 2025, and now he gets a government position. And the Rubes, you'll tell me, right, and you'll tell all of us that Project 2025, that's just that's nonsense. None of these people believe in that. No, they all believe in it. Or Nazism, or Satanism, or this, or that. They're all psychos. They all sociopaths. They all freaks behind closed doors, too. I guarantee it. Bird flu suspected at Bronx Zoo. Again, another article, and I took a look at it. I believe there was like 10 different birds that they think have bird flu, kinds of birds. Bird flu has made its way to the Bronx Zoo, has confirmed at least a dozen birds have died that may have been exposed to the bird flu. It comes on the heels of several cases of the virus found in poultry shops across the city and 2 in the Bronx. As of right now, it's unclear which markets were affected, but the city's health commissioner says there is little risk to New Yorkers. Last week, Governor Kathy Hochul ordered a temporary closure of all live poultry shops in New York City for 5 days to undergo cleaning and disinfection. Yeah, that ain't going to do shit. Again, we've got these bird flu cases all over the place. It's not quite out of control. It is bad, yes. It's not quite full-blown out of control yet. If this shit jumps to human transmission, 50% death rate. And I'll get to that. Judge John Coffenauer came out with the following statement after issuing a preliminary injunction on Trump's executive order for ending birthright citizenship. Let's just read his statement because I found it impressive, although it's too late. It has become ever more apparent that to our president, the rule of law is but an impediment to his policy goals. The rule of law is, according to him, something to navigate around or simply ignore, whether that be for political or personal gain. There are moments in the world's history where people look back and ask, where were the lawyers? Where were the judges? Coffenauer said. In these moments, the rule of law becomes especially vulnerable. I refuse to let that beacon go dark today. Well, I applaud the judge, and here's what he looks like, the guy who said that. I love his statement. Here's the thing, Judge. It's bloody too late. All of you judges should have got together 8 years ago and made sure this maniac didn't happen. It's too late for people to take a stand now. Now they got the keys to the kingdom. The military, the computers, all your info are classified secrets. It's over, son. Anybody trying to take a stand now? Way too late, sorry. That stand should have been taken by every politician, every judge, back when it motherfucking mattered. You didn't take that stand. Now you're going to see a lot of people like this judge trying to take a stand all of a sudden because they're seeing the writing on the wall. Unfortunately, it's too late now. Justin, U.S. aid employees say the administration is not complying with Judge Nichols' order to prevent the immediate dismantling of the agency. They say employees he ordered reinstated have not been, and other actions cut against his order. Again, they're already ignoring the rulings. What does that mean? That means we're almost there to full fascist, where they just don't give a fuck what any judge says. They're already showing us that. Leon Scum leads bid to buy OpenAI for $97.4 billion. Well, Leon's mad he didn't get the contract, the AI contract. Altman got it. So Leon's like, well, I'll just buy the company. Hey, the Saudis, the Russians can help me. They always do. Puff Daddy can help me even though he's in prison. And I'll just buy it since Donnie won't let me have the contract. Even though I'm the false prophet and he's the beast. Even though I gave him $230 million, He still threw me under the bus and gave the contract to Altman, because that's what the beast does, son. Even to this scumbag right here, the false prophet, even to him, even to his smug, entitled, I think I run everything ass, Donnie showed him, no, you don't run everything, son. I'm the president, technically. And I don't give a fuck about you, even though you gave me 230. I'm going to give the contract to Altman anyway, because that's what I do. I'm the beast. I ain't loyal to nobody. And I expect blind loyalty from you. But that's a one-way street, and that's something that I personally have been pointing out for 8 years. Loyalty to Donnie shitbags is a one-way street, always. And it don't matter who you are. Even Leon Scum, who gave Donnie $230 million. Donnie still said, fuck Leon. I'm going to give it to Altman. Just to embarrass him. Because I'm the beast. That's what I do. Again, even Leon don't realize what he's dealing with. Even though they know who each other is in the story. Even Leon doesn't understand. Even Vlad doesn't understand that this a maniac, this a beast. And he'll throw anyone under the bus. So Leon makes his bid. Let me go to the other part. Okay, here's the other part. So after Leon makes his bid, Altman goes to Twitter and says, no, thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want. And Leon replies, swindler, to Altman. So Altman's talking big shit after getting the contract from Donnie. Altman's basically saying, yeah, bitch, your bid is like not even taken seriously. You're going to have to go way higher than that. 97 million or billion, just for OpenAI? Nah, son. Keep going. Higher. Higher. And you know what? Hey, maybe we'll just throw in that we'll buy your piece of shit website, your website that's now worthless, for $9 billion, even though you paid 40 for it. Does that sound cool, Leon? Because that's what a joke we think you are. That's what Altman's saying here. Just making a fool of Leon. And it's beautiful to see. And the beast is making a fool of Leon, too, by giving Altman the contract. Making Leon go out of his way to, beg different investors that already want to probably break his knees. Can you give me another $100 billion so I could buy OpenAI? All right, now I got to find back where we were. Okay, I'm almost there. All right, your personal dossier of the Hitler Youth, because I want you to have all the information that they have on you. That's fair, right, adjudicated criminal Google? I think it's fair. Hey, they're gathering lists on all your people, too, at Google. All of your employees, your business, all of your executives, your board members. They have it all now. So I feel we should have some information on them, right? So here's your personal dossier on the Hitler Youth and their parents, or their fathers at least, and what they do. I think this will help. Edward Korestein, that's the big balls one, the one that just graduated high school and is a senior administrator in one of our departments. Recent high school graduate, expert personnel and management, and that's expert in quotes. He's just graduated high school. He ain't an expert in jack shit, except sociopathy. Charles Korestein is his father, owner of Lesser Evil Popcorn, sold in Whole Foods, Walmart, CVS, Target, etc. Charles Korestein, that's Coristine, and I think you know how to spell Charles. Luke Farritor, college dropout, A suite level clearance at GSA. I'm horrified. Should have no clearance of any kind. Not one of these children. Nor Leon. None of them are elected. But you Rubes knew this, and you didn't care. Again, that's Luke Farritor, college dropout. And wow, he's got A suite level clearance at GSA, even though he's a college dropout. That's incredible. And I saw someone try and post, some shield try and post, it's really hard not to like Luke Farritor. Watch me! Watch all of us. When you dismantle a country that was built over hundreds of years, people have suffered and died for. So some sociopath Nazi dickheads under 25, under the tutelage of a fucking bloated, obese beluga whale from South Africa who throws up Sieg Heils? What a horror show, man. Shane Farritor is that thing's father. So yeah, it's real easy not to like Luke, sorry. You'd be surprised, again, the sentiment a population can develop as they're looted and their government is dismantled. And 19-year-olds are being put as head administrator or senior advisor. That's the end, son. You can't see it? You can't smell it? Shane Farritor, that's Farritor, because again, they have all your information. That's not a joke. Professor of Mechanical Engineering at University of Nebraska at Lincoln. CTO at medtech firm Virtual Incision. That's VIRTUALINCISION. Professor of Mechanical Engineering at University of Nebraska at Lincoln. There's a reason I'm saying it twice. Burn it into your mind. Never forget these names, who they are. Pressure the places they work. Pressure the places that do business with them to not do business with them anymore. Do what you do. Boycott, whatever. No violence ever, of course. Never approach any of these people. That's not the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is to make a point. And you can do that with money. You can do that with phone calls. You can do that on your social media page by spreading this information and asking these institutions, is this really what you want working at your institution? People that spawn jackals that dismantle our country and steal all of our classified secrets and steal all of our personal information. And, you know, I have to ask you, Walmart, Whole Foods, CVS, Target, do you really want to be selling lesser evil popcorn? And of course, the popcorn's named lesser evil because guess what? They parents evil too. They wouldn't have spawned that otherwise. They wouldn't have spawned little Luke otherwise. One more time, Shane Farritor, professor of mechanical engineering at University of Nebraska at Lincoln, CTO at medtech firm Virtual Incision. Let's continue. Gavin Kleiger ordered USAID workers to work from home via email. Never graduated college. Wow, another college dropout who wanted to do the startup Let Me Be Leon thing. No government experience. 7-figure salary software firm called Databricks. Wow, 7 figures. Didn't even graduate college. Wow. Again, it just goes to show it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's always been like that, and it's a shame. So one more time, this company, Databricks, is this really the type of person you want working there, or does your daddy own the company? Is that where we're going with this? Or your uncle, or your cousin, or is it a friend of your father's? Because I guarantee that's how the job was gotten. That's always the story, son. Again, Databricks, that's Databricks. Garth Kliger is his father, senior contracts lawyer at Experian. That's Experian, Experion. Akash Boba, OPM expert, that's in quotes, top level security clearance, that's horrifying. Berkeley, internship at Bridgewater Associates, internships at Meta and Palantir. Father is an H-1B visa recipient. And we know Leon loves H-1B visa slaves. So all of this person's experience were college and 2 internships. You heard me correctly. That's who's in charge of shit now. You fucking rubes. Well done. Pat yourself on the back. Give your children a hug. Because you just gave their whole future away. Well done, rubes. But I know you love your children, right? Sure you do. Gautier Cole Killian. Only in the apocalypse because we have a cunt named Gautier Cole Killian. McGill University he went to. Newly found on EPA roster. That means he's a part of the EPA, a high-level part now. Scrubbed digital footprint. So that tells me that Gautier is one of the worst of them, if he erased everything. But he's not the only one. Xiaotran did the same thing. He erased his footprint. And I can tell by Xiaotran's face in under a second that he's an abject fucking sociopath. It's written all over his face. And he thinks he's just the greatest thing. But here's the thing, Mr. Xiaotran. When you're standing at the lake in front of me, that smug look will never be on your face, I promise you. There'll be tears. There'll be crying. There'll be wailing. But there won't be a smug look on your face, don't worry. That'll disappear. You won't be thinking about that smugness at all. Ethan Xiaotran, Harvard dropout. Wow, another college dropout. Leon did the same thing. It's almost as if they worship him and just, trying to have the same exact life that he has. Invests in and advises on tech. Balances his startup with full-time studies. Sure, Ethan. Scrubbed digital footprint. So Ethan, I'm assuming, and Gautier, for fuck's sake, are the worst of the worst. Because they said, damn, we got to erase everything. That's how bad we are. Damn. That is your personal dossier. I look forward to giving you more personal information. The same as they're stealing from us about you and me. So let's really get to know these kids and their parents and their extended family and every company that employs them. Because they sure getting to know us, isn't they? That's the biggest mistake of their damn life they ever made. And they're going to learn that. The hardest of hard ways. So many of you. Laugh. Enjoy. Call me a fool. Everyone thinks they wise till that fire hits their ass. That's all I got to say to that. Donald Trump has signed a new executive order that is halting U.S. aid to South Africa. Yes, because they're persecuting the poor whites that stole all that land from them and subjugated them and treated them like second-class citizens. So, Donnie's got to cut off aid. Whatever. Wired is reporting that an internal government threat assessment team has determined that staffers working for Leon Scum's Department of Government Efficiency should be considered an insider threat to sensitive government data. Well, again, if all of you agencies would have taken it this seriously before. See, now it's too late. Once he has access, once he has all the info for fucking experts to say they're a threat. I'm not an expert, yet I've been saying this cunt's a threat for fucking months. A couple years, actually. But thanks for the warning now. It really helps. Now that the Hitler Youth and Leon have accessed all of our classified secrets, all of our personal information, thanks for the warning, guys. I appreciate it. Big balls given a job at the State Department. Trump will declare martial law after refusing to comply with the judges. He calls in the military, and just like that, democracy is over. It could be that simple. And this isn't some fringe weird person saying this. This is a person that has a following and has done some real work in this world. And one more time, he's saying the big balls kid is given a senior position at the State Department. That should tell you all you need to know, people. When you see 22-year-olds or 19-year-olds given senior positions at the State Department, that means they want loyalists there watching everybody. That means they plan to take over your government, because no serious employer would put a 19-year-old as senior advisor for the State Department. That should tell you something. Your country is being taken over. And they don't care how these departments run. They just need a loyalist watching. And the judges, they're already defying parts of the judge's order, so we know where that's going. They're just going to get to the point. Again, people, I told you, they're going to get tired of the red tape. They don't have time for this. They've only got a few years here. I can tell by the urgency. They are just chickens with their heads cut off right now. So yes, the military gets called in, martial law, whatever, democracy's over. Democracy was actually over the second you Rubes voted for him. Over. Donald Trump announces that Palestinians will not have the right to return to Gaza because he would own this as a real estate development for the future while he shuffles them off somewhere else. This would be a horrendous, yes, of course it would be horrendous. But yes, Donnie used the phrase that he would own it. He would own it as a real estate development for the future. Again, pro-Palestinian protest voters, how you feeling about all this? We all tried to warn you. We begged you. But you knew better. Every human being walks around on this planet thinking they know better. If you knew better, 99.9% of you, we wouldn't be in the apocalypse right now, son. All this world has shown me is that 99% of it does not know better. And 1% knowing better is a generous estimate, by the way. So yeah, Donnie's going to own Gaza, and yeah, that's going to happen. Guaranteed. I promise you. Trump on steel, it's 25% without exceptions or exemptions, and that's all countries, no matter where it comes from, all countries. There is no tariff zero. We don't need it to be made in Canada. We'll have the jobs. That's why Canada should be our 51st state. Does that even make sense? No, it doesn't. It's a madman who just wants tariff money put in his bank account. That's it. That's the only reason. Madman. A federal judge in Massachusetts has blocked the Trump administration's rate change to NIH grants. Again, another ruling goes against Donnie and Leon. Again, they will get tired of these rulings and they will go full fascist. We're this close. The booing was deafening. Look at his face. Yes, Donnie and Ivanka at the Super Bowl yesterday. Now, I've seen these videos all throughout the years of Donnie at events. And, 9, 10 liberal accounts will say, Donnie got booed mercilessly. And I'll listen to the audio. And you'll hear some booing and you'll hear some cheering. This audio, This angle and this audio, oh my God. Every person around Donnie, about 20 or 30 people, they all looked at him. They all felt uncomfortable. I could tell they wanted to leave. Donnie's countenance changed immediately. He got furious. Even Ivanka was like, oh my God, this is bad. Even she was cringing and wanting to leave. When you listen to the audio, and I gave you the link to the video when I posted about it in the post section on YouTube, please look at those. I'm doing about 100 a day. When I listened to the audio, I was like, oh my, they booed the fuck out of him. It was bad. It didn't even sound human. It sounded otherworldly. I was like, that's a sound I'm going to hear in the future. In the nether realm, isn't it? I think I will. That's the feeling I got. My God, the sound of the boos. He was holding the rail. He looked so pissed off. Everyone around him was looking at him like looking around like, oh, like this is bad. We are hated. Hated by the general public, except for 37% of America. The sociopath percentage. Part that doesn't care about their country, their children, or anything else. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a thing. It's one of the worst videos I've ever heard of him at a public event. This is another reason they're going to have to go full fascist. These people are fucking hated. Why do you think Ivanka and Jared kind of distanced themselves after Donnie lost? Because they were hated everywhere they went. And they didn't want to be hated anymore. Even evil men hate to be hated. They still want to be loved. These people are fucking hated. So what is going to be the result of that? Fascism. It's their only play, their only option. Every second that goes by, Donnie is hated more and Leon is hated more. Every second. They've got absolutely no choice. Plus the court rulings, their groove is getting fucked up. And this ain't a time for their groove to get fucked up. They're in a hurry. And there's one thing I'm noticing across the world, and all of you that are part of this movement, and I'm talking to Donnie, Leon, the little boys, Gnome, all of you. There's one thing you better realize, and I could tell you're really starting to realize it, even in your own photos, even at the concentration camp. You realize the evil you're doing. You're going further and further into it. And you realize that 99% of the world hates your bloody fucking guts. That is not going to go well for you. And you know that. Trump says he does not view J.D. Vance as his successor and declines to endorse him in 2028, saying it's too early and that there are a lot of very capable people. Not even a month in, and J.D. the couch fucker is right under the bus. This is what I told you about this thing, the beast. Everyone goes under the bus. Everyone. There are no exceptions. Zero. One commenter nailed it here on YouTube. They said the reason he ain't endorsing him is because he don't plan on leaving. Perfect. Bingo. You nailed it. Nice to see someone understand what's going on here. Exactly. He don't plan on leaving. Neither does Leon. Why do you think they're taking over in the manner they are? They don't plan on leaving. Donnie didn't plan on leaving last time. He tried to overthrow the government. Do I even need to make this statement that he doesn't plan on leaving? I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to. You should know. You watched it. You watched his kids crying after the coup as Donnie got on the plane to My Way playing in the background. And the guy who sang My Way hates Donnie's guts. Verified, even though the person is passed on. Measles outbreak in Texas, 10 cases, all unvaccinated, 7 hospitalized. Texas confirms growing measles outbreak affecting school-age children. Now, again, 10 cases, so it's not crazy. I'm just telling you people the different updates I'm seeing because I know some plagues are coming. A plague happened last time Donnie was in charge, right? Guess what? Some more are going to happen. It's written. It's part of the story. Why do you think one of the first things Leon and Donnie did was tell the CDC or whatever the organizations are here in America, you're not allowed to communicate warnings to the public about food, about viruses, about anything? Why do you think? They know the shit's coming. Underappreciated subplot in Musk's CFPB demolition. Musk via Doge has reportedly hoovered up sensitive info about banks as he plans X's expansion into the payment space. Destroying Americans' go-to finance watchdog seemingly is in part for his own business advantage. So again, see, Consumer Financial Protections Board. That's what it stands for. That's what Leon and Donnie got rid of. And again, part of the reason is Leon wants X to be everything. He wants you to use it for everything. That's never going to happen. They might force that on you in some way. I won't do it. That's when Nikki bows out. Like in, what was that movie called? I forget who played him. Played the cowboy. And in the middle of it, he's like, a bow out. A bow out. That's me. That's Nikki when the mark comes and the Bitcoin and this type of stuff forcing you to use X for everything and all that. That's when Nikki says, a bow out. So yes, banking information. Are you happy about that, bankers out there, that Leon has your shit now? Because he does. Any investigations into your banks, he's got that information. Whatever allegations are being made non-publicly, he's got that information. In other words, he's got a lot to blackmail you people with, huh? And the general public and government employees. Got your files, your write-ups, your disciplinary, everything. What you wrote on your application, all of it. Late Friday night, Doe staffers were granted access to all the CFPB's data systems, including sensitive bank examination and enforcement records. I just said this, and I hadn't read this yet. All the things you little shady banks have done that the government's looking into, Leon now knows about all of it. Well done, guys. I hope those tax cuts were worth it when the Reich really gets started. And I hope the tax cuts are worth it when you're standing in front of me at the lake. I wonder if it'll be worth it then. I have a feeling it won't be. I have a feeling there'll be some regrets. Lakeside. The people asked not to be identified, cited concerns over retribution. These are the agency people that snitched on Leon. Musk, whose social platform X plans to enter the online payments industry, had already predicted the demise of the consumer watchdog agency. He didn't respond to requests for comment. I'm seeing that a lot. Every time they want to reach out to the Hitler Youth or Leon, he just doesn't respond for comment. I wonder why. Someone really in charge and looking for government waste, wouldn't they respond to comments? It's almost as if this is all a facade and they just want to take over. And they don't care about doing press. It's almost as if Trump has fired the director of Office of Government Ethics. Again, if there's one thing Donnie and Vlad and Leon all hate, it's ethics. They're scumbags, they're cretins, they're children of Satan. They hate ethics. Justice Department seeks dismissal of federal corruption case against Adams, Mayor Adams of New York City. That's a very powerful position, financial center of America. And just the other day, he said, yeah, I'm going full MAGA now. Let Donnie do whatever he wants. No one in the city stops him. No one fucks with him. No one talks shit. We full MAGA now. That's what this black man is going to be from this point forward. Why? Because my ass was about to go to prison. So everyone turns to MAGA when they're about to go to prison. Have you noticed that? Or when they're in prison. For legit crimes, by the way, that they got convicted of. It's always turned to Donnie to get out of their criminality, to get out of the consequences. Come work for me. I love crooked people. I got a job for you, and all it's going to cost you is your soul. You ready? That's Mayor Adams. So, of course, now the Justice Department is rewarding the UT and saying, oh, yeah, we'll make that case go away. Thanks for doing what we asked you to do and going MAGA and turncoating on your own people and your own party and your own city. Thank you, Mayor Adams. Oh, this is great. This is a random commenter. I just found out that only 1.5% of Japan's population is Christian, and I'm heartbroken. Here's the thing about populations claiming to be Christian in countries. 99% of them ain't Christian. They just saying they is. You know how I know that? Donnie Shitbags is president right now. That's how I know. So when you see a stat that says Brazil or America is whatever, 70% Christian or 60 or whatever, it's complete bullshit. It's meaningless. Just because a large group of people identify as Christian doesn't mean a damn one of them is. That's the problem. So when a dumb idiot like this person just looks at what percentage of Japan identifies as Christian and says that's a tragedy, I don't see it as such a tragedy, because most Christians I meet wouldn't know Jesus if he slapped them in the motherfucking face. And that probably includes the 1.5% in Japan, most of them. So their percentage of what your country is Christian or identifies as Christian, goddamn worthless, meaningless. Because all I'm seeing from the church, in quotes, all the people claiming to be Christian, they all on Donnie's dick. And the devil's dick. Very few are not. And it says that in the story. Even the elect will be deceived. But that word elect should be in quotes. Because they never was the elect, they aren't the elect, and they never will be the elect. And they're not being deceived. They just like him. So here's a person called Orange Dweller. I don't know why they call themselves that. Responding to the only 1.5 of Japanese people are Christian. What a tragedy, bitch. You ain't even Christian. Come on now. We all know you voted Donnie Shitbags with a statement like that. That's the Antichrist that tells me you ain't a Christian. Sorry. Hi, Japan's homicide rate is 0.7% per 100,000. United States homicide rate is 5.7% per 100,000. Japan's unhoused population in 2024, 2,820. United States, 653,000. And I guarantee that's a low estimate. I think it's more around 2 million. Easy. Japan also has one of the highest food security rates in the whole big world. Meanwhile, in the US, 18 million people are food insecure. Yep, all facts here. Maybe this Sunday you can ask the Christians what their Bible says about poor people and murder. Sorry about your heart. Exactly. Despite the fact that America can tout a large percentage of Christians, don't make it any better or less of a tragedy than Japan at 1.5%. You know why? Because most of you cunts that dare claim you're of God, know Jesus, or call yourself a Christian, you just voted for the Antichrist and you defend him every day. What does that tell you, Rube? You are of Satan, lest ye turn. That's simple. I don't expect any of you to turn. I have abject faith in you that you will not. And I won't lose anything over that. You'll lose everything. But again, keep on walking, going forth, thinking you are wise. I look at all you little children every day doing that. It's so funny to watch. And ain't a damn one of you got wisdom that I see when I look around. Maybe 3, 4 people, 5. So this person really schooled that Christian, huh? DOJ acknowledges making 2 significant errors during a court hearing last week on efforts to dismantle USAID. That means they lied. The DOJ. That means they lied. And if me or you lied to a court, we'd be in fucking prison. But the DOJ and top lawyers, they can do it all day and no one gives a fuck. It said only 500 employees had been placed on leave. Actual number was 2,140. Not even close to the truth. You ain't off by 10 or 20 there. Liars, scumbags, traitors, destined for the lake. You were off by over 1,500. Said only future contracts were stopped. Existing contracts were also stopped. Again, abject lies. And these kind of lies, this level of lies where people will starve to death as a result, oh my God, son. Every single one of you in the chain of command that took part in that, I'll see you at the lake. I await you. That's dead serious. Every single one. Enjoy the money now. Enjoy your home now. Enjoy your nice car now. Really get a lot of use out of it. Really enjoy it. Because that day coming real soon where you're going to be standing in front of me, lakeside. Have your fun now or turn the other way and live. You choose. So yeah, that's a big deal when you say only future contracts are stopped and then you just cut the flow of money off right now. But that was the intention. Loot, dismantle, chaos, division, and war. That's all coming. The chaos and division had been here for a long time. That's the point. He's the beast. He's the Antichrist. That's all he's here for. And he hates everyone. And he hates himself as well. And he hates Satan too. The beast, the false prophet, all the people, Peter Thiel, they all hate themselves. It's written all over them. They're all insecure as fuck, too. That's written all over them. They're like easy, manipulatable children. Only a child could fall for Nazism anyway. There's nothing appealing about it. To a non-sociopath, to a non-child. So yeah, when they just cut the flow off of all money, when they lied and said, yeah, it's only going to be future contracts. And you had all the rubes and trolls and PR firms out there say, it's only future stuff. No, it was never. Look, again, it comes down to this, and I don't care whether you believe me or not. This is what's happening. Your country's being looted by Satanists, pedophiles, criminals that have planned this for a while. And they're using Donnie to make it happen. And Donnie doesn't care. He's just there to grift as much as possible and eventually be worshipped. That's where it's really leading. That's why all the Israel stuff is happening. That's the real goal. But we ain't going to get there for a while. Right now, it's pretend play politics as they loot and dismantle everything. Again, big balls, Karstein, 19 years old, straight out of high school, senior advisor at the State Department. Some U.S. officials expressed alarm. I'm not even going to read anymore. Look, all of you people should have expressed alarm and acted like there was an alarm going off before these fuckers got in office. But you didn't, and it's too late now. Trump says he could cut aid to Jordan and Egypt over Gaza development plan. So he's basically saying to the Middle Eastern countries, if you don't take the Palestinians and don't help me out with this, I'm cutting aid to all of you. And he's not stopping there. There's more later I'm going to get to. Trump would never endorse J.D. Vance because Trump doesn't plan to leave. Exactly. And not only did the YouTube commenter say that on the post, they're saying it on Twitter in certain places as well. And I already knew. I thought the same thing. Well, he never plans on leaving. He ain't going to endorse anyone right now. He doesn't want that idea even in your head. And this Gaza thing, again, I have to ask. Gaza development plan, they're calling it. I have to ask the protest voters, the pro-Palestine cause protest voters that voted for Jill Stein or stayed home or voted for Donnie. How's it working out for you? It doesn't look too good. It looks like you fucked up. But you were warned, just like the Rubes were warned. You didn't want to hear it. You thinks you's the wise one. You's isn't. You're seeing that now. You made the most unwise of unwise moves you possibly could, voting for the Antichrist, hoping he's going to, care about the Palestinians. What a joke that is. You know what he cares about? He's proving it every day, building his resort on Palestinian land, right next to the Holy Land, and making millions. That's how much he cares about you. Trump on Gaza again. We'll build beautiful communities for the people of Gaza somewhere else. In the meantime, I'll own it. Think of it as a real estate development for the future. And then the reporter, Brett Baer, I think is his name. Would the Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza? I'm surprised they asked that question on Fox News. Trump, no, they wouldn't. And he goes on. But that was his answer. Palestinians, pro-Palestine protest voters, no, they wouldn't. That's what you got for your treachery. That's what you got for helping the Antichrist out. The ruination of the people and place you care about or claim to care about. Or maybe for some of you, it's just trendy to hate Jews and to like to see them slaughtered and murdered. I don't know. I've noticed that. It's become almost trend. You don't understand how serious this activity that surrounds the Jewish people all throughout history was and is. Because you're a child. There's a reason that trend exists. Anyway. Reporter, what about the Palestinians who just won't leave? Trump said they're going to leave. And he went on to talk about that. And I have more on that as well. Donald Trump, as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I would say cancel the ceasefire and all bets are off and let hell break out. First, he threatened early in the day because he really needs this Israel thing to happen. It's integral to what they want to do. Very important. So he says, no aid to Middle Eastern countries that don't take the Palestinians and don't take my deal. That's one threat. Here's another threat. I'm going to set Netanyahu or let Netanyahu loose if all the hostages aren't given back by Saturday at 12. And Donnie said in the interview or in the questioning, he said, no, I don't want one hostage, 2, 4 here, 3, all of them. If they're not all back right at 12 o'clock, all hell's going to break loose. He just gave Netanyahu a bunch of new weapons too. I don't know if you know that. And Netanyahu's itching to use those on you guys. So Saturday at 12, if you don't return all the hostages, according to Donnie, hell's going to break loose. Again, pro-Palestine protest voters, how you feeling about this? You feeling good about your vote, your activity, your choices in life? A federal district court judge in Boston just temporarily blocked the Trump admin from reducing health research grants. Yes, there's a lot of people that were going to be given a surgery or a procedure through a grant that's experimental. Now they can't do it because the money's just in limbo. No one knows. Again, people are going to die because of this. People are going to starve because of this. People are not going to get treatment that they need because Donnie and Leon just want to loot everything and just freeze funding on everything. It's a shame we didn't freeze funding on Leon and deport his ass. Maybe we'd still have a country. Oh well. Had to end sometime, right, Rubes? Especially with your level of consumption, greed, sociopathy, just giving nothing to society that's worth a damn thing. Oh, and you know what? Let me say this, because I talk a lot of shit on you rubes and country people. And here's why you matter. Okay? And here's why it's tragic that you're so easily manipulated by evil. You people are experts, a lot of you. Hunting, fishing, surviving. Some of you are survivalists. Some of you know how to use weapons effectively. Some of you are capable of feeding a group of people. That's very valuable. Farming, knowing that skill. And believe me, it's a skill. There's a science to farming, and it's very important if you want to succeed. You have that skill as well. These are very valuable skills to society. But your intellect, who you follow, what you endorse, this is your failure. So it's a shame that so many of you that are valuable to society because you have these skills are led down this horrible path. Because if this all breaks down, people are going to need guys like you and ladies like you that know how to grow food, handle livestock, hunt, fish, shoot. You could help a lot of people if your intellect allows you to do that. Right now, I see so many of you, your intellect is leading you to evil. And it's a shame because you have all these skills that makes you valuable in many scenarios. What a loss that is for humanity, that you think the way you think. It's a shame. Tech billionaire Elon Musk called for the annual firing of judges following an early Saturday decision from a judge stating that the Treasury Department should bar access to its payment systems to anyone besides civil servants with a need for access to perform their job duties. Well, I guess that's why the Hitler Youth got the jobs in the department. So now they're civil servants, I guess, and can have access and go around the rulings. Here's the part I want to focus on. The annual firing of judges. What does that sound like to you? Well, your annual review at your shitty corporate job. How many of you have been through that process where you can get up to a 5% raise per year? And when you get in the office and they go, we're going to give you 2%. Because you know what happens when they gave me 2% or 3% or 4%? Nikki just downshifted. And when Nikki downshifts, oh my God, I could have went through a whole 8-hour workday without doing one bit of work. That's how good I was if I downshifted. I walked around some of the places I worked and my bosses were afraid of me. Why? Because I was smarter than them. That's simple. They didn't know how to handle me. Neither did the gypsies. Neither did the mob. Neither did the adjudicated criminal Google. Because I'm a different breed, son. So the corporate thing, the let's call you in and evaluate your performance. Whatever weaseled their way into middle management by whatever nefarious means they did that, because I watched that happen over and over again. Wherever I went, not just one place. It's all just a repeating pattern, the same automatons, the same cliches, over and over. That's why I don't do it anymore. I don't want to be around you people that would sell out your grandma for a raise, an extra day off, promotion, lie, cheat, steal your way to it. So many of you. Again, my experience in the workforce, I eventually started sitting by myself when I would eat lunch, to the point where my coworkers, as I was defending them to human resources, because I didn't give a fuck, would be talking shit. Is Nick telling on us? People would come report to me. This is what people are saying about you, Nick. Why do you sit alone like this? Because I'm smart, that's why. I got to a point in my life where I realized human beings are a waste of fucking time at the workplace. Because that same person that laughs and smiles and just loves you and shakes your hand, and maybe you hang out after work. Again, place after place, I went through the same experience. That same person, knife right in your back. Everywhere you go. Don't matter who you is, what you do, what industry you work in. 'Cause the same automatons is there. And the only reason they there is to provide for their family and themselves. They don't care about you or anything else. So yes, let's do judges. Let's do the annual corporate, performance review. And if Donnie and Leon don't like the decisions you've made, well, they just fire you. That's Leon's idea. And again, that also tells me they're going to go full fascist. Why do we have a bloated South African even saying these things? Who the fuck is he? He has no authority. He'll learn that lakeside that he has no authority. Don't worry. Google has just removed Pride Month and Black History Month from the calendar app. This comes as they obeyed Trump by changing the Gulf of Mexico's name to Gulf of America. So it seems Google is right on board. Look at that beautiful logo. Look at that rainbow colors on the Google. It appears, according to Brian Tyler Cohen, who's got a really big show on YouTube that I never watch, because it's the same shtick every day. He plays a clip of Fox News and then he talks about it. I don't need Brian Tyler to explain that to me. I love the guy, though. He's a nice guy. I have no problem with him. I don't need it. And it's the same thing over and over again. So it gets a little tedious and old. But he is a good guy. I like him. I like his perspective. I agree with him on most things. I've got no problems with the man. I just don't need what he presents to you guys. But this is a good piece of info right here that I didn't know about yet. But this was on Twitter again. I'm not watching his videos on YouTube. And the guy's doing great. He's very successful. Good for him. But again, I just have to ask the question, Google, you removed Pride Month and Black History Month? So you're endorsing the platform of anti-gay and anti-black? Really? No wonder you're an adjudicated criminal. Wow. I didn't expect this from Google. I mean, even their name is all rainbow. Look, the G is blue, the O is red, the O is yellow, the G is blue, the L is green, the E is red. I wonder what's going on here. So apparently Google's down with the anti-black sentiment and the anti-gay sentiment coming from the administration. They write on board. Hey, according to them, not me. According to Brian Tyler, he's got a huge show on the platform. Whatever, if that's the way you want to go, Google. I guess that explains why you're an adjudicated criminal, right? This is fucking pathetic. Army, Navy remove web pages highlighting women's military service again. And this is verified. What does it say in the story? He will hate the God of women. He will hate women. He's proven that every day, all day. He even hates letting any military people or the public know about the contributions that women have made in the military. That page had to be taken down. Because the beast hates women. He hates everyone. He hates himself. He hates that he's got to work for Satan. He hates that he's got to work for Vlad. He hates everything, everyone, including himself. This is the beast. So yes, he hates women. And it's written that he hates women. It's a key component to his personality. Maybe that's why he's an adjudicated rapist. And an adjudicated defamer based on the rape. Again, don't panic with these. There are certain updates that people are giving. I don't panic when I read them, but I want to share the information just in case it's something real. I am receiving reports from Indiana something is seriously wrong. Hospitals are filling up with flu A patients on ventilators. The ICU is overflowing, forcing critically ill patients into the progressive care unit. Another insider says their hospital is now subtyping flu A cases, testing for H1N1 and H3 first. If negative, samples go straight to the state lab for H5 bird flu testing. Why are they testing flu A patients for bird flu? Why is no one talking about this? Well, I'm talking about it because Donnie and Leon don't want you to know about it. So I'm letting you know. Look more into it yourself, or maybe I will at some point, because there's a bunch of these kind of alerts in different parts of the country, and they sound bad. Another commercial egg producer in Indiana has been hit with bird flu. The Indiana State Board of Animal Health announced Monday that 912,000 egg-laying hens have been affected and are under quarantine in Jay County. Wait a minute. I thought those types of animals were supposed to be executed so the disease doesn't spread. They're under quarantine. We're quarantining animals now. The farm under quarantine has not been revealed publicly. I bet. Because if we knew about it, no one would eat their shitty chicken, would they? They'd be too worried about getting sick. This is fucking scary, this quarantine shit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm down with the quarantine thing. And I got no problem with animals. I don't want them to be euthanized. But in this case, it may be necessary. I don't know if the quarantine's going to work. And them not telling you that that farm was recently quarantined because every damn bird had bird flu or something? Whoo! That's the Antichrist. That's what you in for. So don't be surprised when people start dropping left and right from food illnesses and shit. Oh my God. Farmers on the hook for millions after Trump freezes USDA funds. Yes, a lot of these government programs, they buy from American farmers and they ship it overseas somewhere for some worthy cause. That money's frozen. That money's probably stolen and it'll probably never be turned back on. What are these farmers going to do? But again, farmers, I know you all voted for him again because you'll never let the brainwashing, hate, blah, blah, blah go, even though you've all got Mexicans picking your crops. I just have to ask again, why would you vote for after so many of you lost your farms and some of you committed suicide during his first administration? You all knew this. You decided I'm going to vote for it again because maybe I want to lose my farm. And I sure as fuck can't vote for the half-black woman. To say no to President Trump would be to say no to God. That's Paula White, Donnie's televangelist faith office scammer. Here she is. Doesn't she look great in her red outfit, pointing to the ground as she's doing her act up on stage? Dressed in red. Because you know church is all about women dressed in bright red outfits. Anyway, that is an abomination. That is blasphemy to say, to make a statement to say no to Trump is to say no to God. That's straight blasphemy. No, that's not the case. Trump is just a bloated geriatric in orange face with a horrid comb over that's all pinned in place and a diaper full of shit. He's got nothing to do with God. It's a worthless pile of nothing. Absolutely nothing of any value to offer anyone. Just a blight on all of our lives. The literal Antichrist, destined for the lake, nothing more. New York State is in trouble according to outbreak updates. Over 3,000 cases. End of January. Influenza. And here's the chart to show that red line that comes to an end up there. That's a little over the 3,000 mark. And that's right around our date, January 25 to February 8th. Over 3,000 cases, hospitalized influenza cases. Again, it's hard to verify this info because the major agencies aren't distributing the info anymore. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to go around the internet and see who's talking about it. People that follow it all day, every day, like outbreak updates. And we're going to have to consider the information and hope it's accurate and hope we can, proceed accordingly in a positive way and not get the shit. But I'm just going to give you what information I find. I am not the person that always tracks diseases and outbreaks, but I'm trusting this person for now until they give me a reason not to. Outbreak Updates is one of the people I'm getting this info from. Here's another report from it's just a person, David Christopher. This is so bad right now. Influenza A is crushing Ohio hospitals. PCR numbers skyrocketing week after week, closing in on 40% positivity. 3 times the peak of last winter. It's hitting people of all ages really hard. My hospital is a plague ward. My God, that's a bold claim. Again, there's no way to verify this because Donnie shut the agencies off and told them not to communicate with us. So we have to rely on this. There's a chart here. I didn't look at it. I'm going to take the person's word. All I know is I'm hearing influenza A from many different people in many different areas. I'm hearing bird flu and veterinarians. The bird flu, I believe there were, how many cases? I can't remember from 2022 till now. What it came down to, the amount of cases is not as important as the death rate. I looked at these numbers earlier and I've kind of figured it out. And it wasn't that difficult. Because I wanted to know what the death rate for the modern bird flu is if humans get it. So I looked at the amount of people that got bird flu from 2022 till now, and the number was not that high. I believe it's 1,000, something like that. I can't remember. Here's the thing, though. The illness seems to have a 50% death rate, much worse than COVID. Now that sounds like a biblical motherfucking plague to me, where half the people die that get it. I'm not saying there's going to be a huge outbreak of a strain of bird flu that's capable of human-to-human contact. I don't know. But boy, it should be an efficient plague, wouldn't it? It would sure sound biblical, wouldn't it, if 50% of the people that got it died. Not like COVID, which was like 1% or some shit. Not that that isn't serious. But 50%, that's motherfucking serious. That's, you don't want to talk to another human being serious. Because you might catch some shit. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. All of our agencies are being dismantled. Hitler Youth are being put in senior advisory roles. They're given access to all of our info, our government, our classified secrets, and we're getting no updates on any of this influenza shit, bird flu shit, nothing. Here's what I suggest. Push-ups, squats, and protein, and get your mind right and get your spirit right. Make a plan to bug out somewhere if you have to, because staying in one place ain't going to work for nobody. People in the suburbs think they're safe. Nope, the cities will empty out immediately, and people will go right for the suburbs. Right for you. So you're going to need to move around if it comes to that. I have a feeling it's going to come to that. How soon? Who the fuck knows? I'd start making a plan. Get a backpack together to where you might have to go somewhere on foot. A backpack with just the essentials. Some damn good combat boots or boots. Just in case. You might never need them, right? Nicky could be totally wrong, right? Well, he could. That's very possible. But just in case. It's not going to cost you $1 million for these things. A pair of very rugged pants that you can wear other pants underneath. A pair of combat boots that go high up on the leg, that are waterproof. A weapon, perhaps. And I know that's not the Christian thing to say, but I know what sick fucks human beings are. So you might need a weapon, either to, handle opposition or handle not being caught by the opposition. And that opposition could be anyone during a societal breakdown. And have your backpack full of stuff, nothing major. And maybe have a little talk with your family. yeah, we may need to walk. Unless you're just planning on taking the mark and going in the lake. That's up to you. Me personally, I would have a talk with my family and I'd get all these items and it wouldn't cost that much. In case we all had to bug out one day. And I'd look for locations and I wouldn't talk about those locations with anyone. And I'm not talking about building a bunker somewhere, because you know what's going to happen to all the bunker people? The real military badasses that know the guy Joey the jerk off down the street has a bunker. They're going to go kill him and they're going to go take that bunker. That's simple. In other words, the real motherfuckers will take the static locations. The ones that got bodies, you know, on their body already. So trying to defend a position like that's probably not wise. You just want to bug out somewhere. And lay low for a bit. And be able to survive for a few weeks. So you can make a plan. Just a thought. Anyway, here's the real thought. Turn away from all this before it's too late, and we're getting so close to that too late point where you're irredeemable. And I want to see as many people as possible not be irredeemable. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm about to piss my pants, because I've been talking 2 hours and I drank a bunch of water. I'm tired as fuck, and I'm talking to you. Because I want as many people as possible, no matter what happens to me, to not take that gift and start walking the right path. But the first step is not taking that gift that they about to offer you. And it's going to be hard. It will not be easy. But you will be rewarded mightily for just not taking that gift. That one small, simple step, even though it will have great consequences for your life. You will be rewarded mightily, whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not. Because that one gesture will show the man, okay, I got something to work with here. I'm listening. You showed me something, son. In a moment of abject hardship and fear, you had courage. You made the right choice. You walked the right path, even though your path before was crooked. My point is, even for that gesture of not taking the mark and the consequences you will face for that, you will be rewarded. Trust me. And you will not end up in the lake. Take it seriously. Turn away before it's too late. Until the next episode, have a wonderful evening.